Hello, and welcome to the Soulful Self-Development Podcast. I'm so glad you're here. My name is Hannah Sutherland. I'm a lover of all things self-care, personal development, and spirituality. I have created this podcast to help you grow into the most soulful version of yourself while creating more joy, magic, and purpose in your everyday life. If you're ready to live a life so full, then you, my friend, have come to the right place. Thank you so much for tuning in today, and now let's dive deep. Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the Soulful Self-Development Podcast. Today is an extra special episode because I have a guest, my very own sister, Grace. She is very special to me, and I am so excited to have her here.
And I am so excited to be here, Hannah.
We are going to have so much fun. So, Grace, first of all, tell us a little bit about yourself.
My name is Grace.
I'm almost 22. My birthday is in like a week, so I'm excited with that. I'm a mom. I have a daughter named Lennon, and she is almost 1. And I just cannot believe that she's almost 1. Where's the last year gone?
It's flown by.
It's crazy. Like, what? And this is a big year. Me and Bralin are also getting married in August, so it's a super big year of like change and growth for our family, and I just love it.
I'm so excited.
Also, I have a dog named Django. Honorable mention, Django.
Shout out to Django. He's a good boy.
He's a good boy. My numbers are 6, 5, and 9.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
When is your birthday? Because, like, I think that our birthdays are important.
I was born in Lloydminster at
8:11 a.m. And what time are you?
I thought it was at night. Sometime that day.
On one
March
of the
26th, 2002.
If you want to look up her birth chart, what was it?
It was a rainy Tuesday
Was it a Tuesday?
evening. I don't know.
I was born on a Friday.
Were you?
Mm-hmm. Friday. Almost a full moon. 9. Do you know why the moon was the day you were born?
No.
I've read articles about it. It's actually so fascinating. I find that stuff so fascinating. I've been super looking into my astrology chart really deeply and like trying to understand it all, and it is crazy how accurate it is.
Lenny was born on a Thursday. A full moon.
We love a good full moon.
I know. I decided that.
We need to start living in 28-day cycles, get rid of the calendar, and we just need to listen to our bodies. Like, as women, we flow in a 28-day cycle, and we just need to
honor that.
Yeah, go with the flow, man.
Yeah, I know. I never understand I feel like it should go, like, instead of the months, it should the seasons, like Aries, Taurus,
totally.
And then,
110%.
and then follow the moon. Because the energy of everything is so apparent. Like, where the sun is, that energy is illuminated. And then where the moon is, the moon represents our emotions. And the moon moves into a new sign every 2.5 days. And so that controls, like, how we feel inside. You can navigate through all that energy, and it just makes life make so much more sense.
So much more sense.
Yeah, and then when you live by the moon, if the moon's in Cancer, the energy of Cancer is a water sign, and it's nurturing, and you might feel like you need to just be at home and lay in bed and just relax. But if the moon's in Leo, that's a fire sign, you might feel like you need to do something fun and exciting that day. And I feel we need to be aware of this energy so that we can honor that these feelings come up.
I totally agree. This needs to be the new natural flow of life.
Absolutely.
You just need to flow. And we're constantly growing and changing. Like, why are we just living on a schedule? You know, we need to flow and change as our environments do. Like,
I agree. And I always feel like that with myself. Sometimes I beat myself up about that. Finding the perfect morning routine or bedtime routine. I just don't like doing the same thing every day.
no.
And like there's things that I do every day. Like I always meditate and ground myself. But if I, some days I wake up and eat breakfast and then I meditate. Some days I just meditate the second I wake up. Like it just depends on...
Oh, yeah, and I totally feel that with Lenny. Like, we wake up when we're ready to wake up. We take our time to wake up.
Yeah.
Like, she has her floor bed so she can, like, get out and play, like,
yeah,
as she, like,
wakes up.
And, like, I wake up with her, and it's so, like, natural. It's not, like, an alarm going off. Yeah.
Like, I feel very blessed that I don't have to have an alarm clock to wake me up every morning. And I honestly, unless it's like something I have to get up for, I will not.
Well, yeah, like the sun wakes us up every day. If we go with that cycle, like we get up when we're like
up when we feel like we need to get up. We just
we
like start your
rested,
day exhausted. And
exactly, like people are so sleep deprived, and it leads to like high chances of getting Alzheimer's and cancer. Like sleep is so important.
I love sleep, and I actually also in human design I'm a projector, and they say that projectors need extra sleep and rest. And I so feel that, like, I used to feel guilty that I would, I would sleep for fun. I love sleeping.
I love sleeping
but, like,
too.
I need that to recharge I've been having the wildest dreams. Also, Pisces season does that to me. My dreams get way more intense. Also,
yeah, that makes sense.
Because it's the energy of dreams and illusions. And also I sleep with amethyst crystal, and that also makes my dreams, like, so vivid. I think that as a society, we should really start to actually look into that more and move into more of a energy-friendly way of living. Like, not only just tracking the moon and knowing the energy of that, but just being more aware of the energy of the people around us. Because sometimes I feel it's just forgotten, or we're all in our own little world, but because you can feel it, and like I am an intuitive person and I am aware of energy, and I try to be aware of other people's energies, and then I can see it comes across in people's like body language when they're talking to you, but like people read that off of you, especially kids.
Oh yeah,
working with kids, and you can see that, like, if I go to work and I'm stressed out, like, they can tell, like, something's wrong with Miss Hannah, like, or if I'm excited, then they, like, play off of that, and then I feel like there gets to a point at a certain age where we just kind of lose that awareness.
Oh yeah, totally. We, like, put these, like
blinders up, and it must be when you start to develop an ego.
Yeah, they say like age 7.
Yeah.
So
I do notice that with Lenny.
Oh yeah, she's just a magnet to any energy. Like, you have, be calm and happy, and she'll give that back to you. Like, so as soon as I'm anxious or anything, she totally just mirrors that right back to me. And it's really taught me, like, a lot of patience. I say patience and persistent with her. I just live by that when I'm putting her to bed even, and she's, struggling. I just, like, rock, and I think patience and persistence. And
yeah.
Oh, she's just a dream.
I just feel like we need to have that with all people.
Yeah.
Like, especially your babies, but with all people, like, we're all going through it.
We're all learning, man.
As we're
constantly learning and growing. And yeah, we need to be mindful of that. Totally.
Like,
I agree.
So many people just, like, hold on to so much anger. And it's so reflected.
Oh, yeah.
In every interaction, man, literally that they have.
As someone that's so sensitive to energy, you just, like,
feel that.
Feel it, like, everywhere you go.
It's like,
I have to every day. I will sage myself when I come home because I just totally pick up on that. If you run into somebody at the grocery store and they give you a dirty look, or you have a conversation with somebody and they had an argument before that and they're holding on to that anger, then you interact with them. It's like you pick up on that and you hold on to that. And most people don't know how to clear their energies or that they should when they get home. But like having a grounding practice has been my saving grace, honestly. And it was a big part of my journey for myself because I didn't know that I was this open to energy the whole time. And when I learned that and understood that, like I was having all these feelings that weren't even mine, and it was so confusing. And as soon as I learned how to
get rid of that.
It's just like a breath of fresh air. But
it's just a weight lifted off your shoulders. I feel that way with Lenny too. When we do these outside like interactions, like she holds on to that so much.
Yeah.
I feel we just need to like totally be so much more aware of that.
Yeah, and teach your kids to do that.
Yeah.
Because
like think about if you knew how to do that
at a young age.
Yeah.
I think about that all the time, actually. Like, I wish I could go back in time and tell my younger self so much about what I know now, especially when it comes to energy and spirituality. And we were talking about this earlier before we started recording, and I had a conversation with our cousin, and we were talking about, I told her about an experience that we had as kids, and like when you think about it and when you're in it, it's like the end of the world, right? You have this catastrophe happen, especially it's like high school
it's
drama.
Like all you can think about
like you can't sleep at night
because your reality,
it's
like
over consuming, and then you step out of it and
you look back at it now
and you're like, oh my god, I can't believe I let that consume me. But when you're in it, it's hard. But that's why energy awareness is so important, because when you can be grounded into yourself and be able to put up those boundaries for yourself.
Yeah, just like take the experience too.
Yeah.
And say like thank you, and then like let it go. Completely cut your
cords,
like ties to that.
Absolutely. I know I would like to, this is what I would like to teach to children, though, honestly, like start from such a young age, because it really, and like they're just so
innocent,
open little
so open
souls.
to energy. Oh my gosh.
And I see it in that too, though. Like this one little girl I taught, she kept forgetting the dance, and I could tell something was wrong, and she said, I just had a really bad day. And so I just like gave her a hug, and then it was better, you know, like, but they just don't know what to do with that. They just,
those emotions, I know they're tough, man. Like even as an adult, those big feelings, you feel like they're hard to deal with.
Yeah, they
and like kids don't. Toddlers just throw themselves
on the
ground, and like it's the end of the world to them. Like you're not gonna convince them that it's not
the end of the world,
because in their universe, because they can't have that toy. Like it's the fucking be all end all of the world.
Yeah.
Because they're just so innocent, and we just have to teach them how to deal with those
emotions. Yeah. To be able to identify them, I think, is the biggest thing. Oh, that's anger.
Yeah.
Why do I feel angry?
How do I make myself feel better?
Yeah.
And like, you know, just taking deep breaths through your like anger and like working out your own problems. It's so important.
Yeah.
Like so important.
I agree. Because like all emotions teach us things.
Yeah.
If we were taught that growing up, to use them as like a navigation system versus like letting them all consume you. When something makes you angry, you know, don't feed into that anger, but realize like what is that teaching you? Yeah. Jealousy is a big one too. Like,
jealousy is a
tough one, but it's really just showing you that whatever that person has that makes you feel jealous, it's also a desire for you
to work towards that,
yeah,
to like
and
be better.
Instead of using that as hatred towards that person for having what you don't, instead realizing like, hey, if they have it, so can I.
Yeah, and that's kind of like the lucky girl syndrome.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, totally.
I'm big into that.
I love that.
I write in my journal like every night. I'm so lucky because, and I'll say like things in my life, like my family always number one, and but then I'll also say things that I don't have yet, but I know are coming, like a partner that is so supportive and I'm building my life with, and my kids one day, and you know, because they're not here in this very moment, but I know they're coming, like I feel their presence with me all the time. They're just not Earthside yet.
I actually, right before I would have like kind of got pregnant with Lenny, I would take Django out to Mom's house and run him like up and down that road and just like walk back and forth. I would just thank God and like name everything I saw around me and like, you know, my family. And then I like got into this, it's kind of like my meditation, and I like thanked God for my future children, and I like felt Lenny, like, and then I literally would have gotten pregnant.
I feel that, like, I've met my children before. I know that there's 4 of them, and I just feel so connected to their souls already, and like I don't even know who their dad is, but I know them, and I just I can't wait for that part of my life to come.
Kids are awesome, man. I feel so like connected with Lenny, man. Like we have had so many lives together. I actually did a past life reading on her.
Yeah.
And it was really, really cool.
And you did one on me like the next day, and I got the same cards as her.
Yeah.
I feel connected to Lenny. Our birthday's reversed. Like, I'm 6'4" and she's 4'6". Yeah, I love that.
Little Lenny, man, she's so special.
I know.
She's, like, so special. I know that everyone thinks their kid is special, but I'm like, okay, no. But Lenny is, like, something else.
She's a star.
Oh, my God.
She's gonna be a dancer.
Oh, my God. She's so musical. It's not even funny. Like, we'll tap along any beats, man.
I know Grace and I went grocery shopping literally yesterday, 2 days ago, and there was a car alarm going off in the parking lot, and she was dancing to the beat of the car alarm. It was so funny.
Cute, man. She's hilarious. I like love her so much. She has such like a personality now, and I'm just like, she's so fun. Like she does not want to sit down.
She stands in her.
We went for like a 4-kilometer walk today, and she stood up in the wagon the whole time.
Just sticking her tongue out, living her best life.
It was so cute.
We're like, Lenny, sit down. She's like, no.
She does it in the freaking high chair, man. Like, and then we were at the dollar store today, and I like turn around and she's standing up in the cart, and I'm like, Lenny, sit down. And she just looks at me like,
no, I'm not gonna. She's your child.
Yeah, so. I know. I love it so much, man.
No, but I feel like this is for kids though. We tell them like in schools and stuff, sit down and be still and be quiet all the time, like, and it's so not good for them. And then we lose that connection to our inner child because we're forced to be these little.
Yeah, we're like, we need to move and flow because life just moves and flows. Like, why are we like on this schedule?
No, I feel like that in my own life, in my body too. Like, if I don't exercise,
oh my God, like,
I feel
you just
miserable.
Hold on to that
so much energy.
Yeah, you need to let it flow out of you. Like,
that's why I love dance so much.
Yeah. It's such the best, gift like, flowing
for
movement.
that, like, because you can connect to any emotion through music, and then just, like, let it move through you, and I feel like that's
such a gift.
Such a gift. We were blessed to be in this family.
Yeah, we were. I know, there's a reason why I chose this life, and my life is awesome.
Yeah.
it definitely was a rough road to get where I am now, but like I love my life.
Yes. Well, like in circling back to that, like, you know, when you're in it sucks and it's all consuming, but on the other side it's like, wow,
light.
I grew so much, and I wouldn't know what I know now had I not gone through those experiences.
I guess that's just growing up.
Growing up. It's not so bad after all.
No. Life's awesome.
Yeah.
Such a gift to be here every day.
Absolutely. But I feel like I enjoy it more the more I play with my inner child.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Because I feel like we just have so much, like, unhealed stuff, you know?
Childhood trauma.
Because we weren't taught to, like, deal with our emotions. Like, I literally still to this day cannot deal with anger. And I know it's because of our dad, but I'm like, I really struggle with, like, that emotion.
I don't like being angry
Oh,
either.
me neither. And, like, in my Reiki session with Dana, like, she brought that up. Your ball of anger is so heavy, Grace. I can't even, like, lift it out of your body. She's like, you keep it so bottled up. But there's healthy ways to relieve your anger, like, go get a pumpkin and smash the shit out of it with the baseball bat.
You should get into boxing or something.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be fun.
Me and Jessica did a boxing workout the other day. It was
Jessica
so
told me
fun. I'm going to turn it into a dance.
Yeah, that's what she said. That's
it's going to be so cute. I can see it already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. But no, I agree with that. As like the negative emotions. I'm such a happy person, so I feel like sometimes I don't let myself feel that way because I'm like, no, that's...
And then it bottles up, and then, like, you get weeks like I had last week that's just like, oh my god, you just have to work through those tough ones, and it, you know, me and Ron released a lot of energy, and then, like, I'm better, and I'm back on my path. Like, you know, there was a bump there, but like now I'm like where I'm meant to be.
I like to look at those bumps too as, is this a sign of redirection?
Yeah. Oh, you know, totally. Like, and I see a lot of redirection in my life right now, like with like career wise, you know, I'm at a place where like there's a fun opportunity at the flower shop. Yeah. And like, you know, maybe going to the studio or something. Yeah. And like I would love to open like a day home and like do that, because like I need to be here with Lenny. Yeah. You know, I'm not going back to this 9 to 5
and giving her to someone else
to raise. Like, no, I'm going to raise my child. I'm gonna be with her every morning that she wakes up, and I'm gonna put her to bed every night.
No, we did though. Mom was so good at that.
Yeah. I love that. Like, Tucker would come in. I would drink my water. Yeah, Tucker the Tucker inner, man. He would come and read us my story every night, and then I would drink like half my cup of water, and then he'd finish my...
Tucker is our childhood dog, for those of you that don't know.
Tucker was the best,
He was a good dog.
He was such a good boy.
Aww. Yeah, miss him.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, he was freaking...
He was special.
Yeah, I love Tucker.
Yeah.
But yeah, just being like so like hands-on in every way. I don't want her to go to school. Like, I want to be in charge of what she's learning, and like...
I agree. I will homeschool my kids 100%. I actually think there's a lot of people that are starting to go in that direction. Yeah, it is.
It's a new thing, man. Like, people are really starting to understand, like, one, how much fluff is in the, like, school system is ridiculous. Like, when you homeschool your kids an hour a day, and, like, not even, like, you just gotta spend time with your children, like...
Absolutely. No, I 100% will.
Yeah. There's no questions asked.
I don't like schools. Like, I teach children, and they come
like, I have a class that they're, like, probably grade 3-ish.
Yeah.
3, 4. And they come to dance stressed out. Like, I have a music test and a spelling test and a math test. And I'm like, what happened to just having fun? Like, you're
Being
only
a child,
yeah,
man.
you should be pumped to go to school and play with your friends at
just
recess.
like learn and like explore.
Our niece is in grade 2 and she will cry because she doesn't want to go to school. I'm like, I remember going to school and being pumped.
Yeah, I loved school.
In grade 2, I had my favorite teacher ever, Mrs. Rathwell.
I actually found a note in my hope chest that she wrote to me.
Oh,
yeah.
I went to take your kid to work day with her because Dad was on days off and our mom worked in a bar, so I couldn't go to work.
That's
so
cute.
I went with
I
Mrs.
remember
Rathwell.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She was a special lady. But I just feel like it's kind of losing that. But I don't know. I also would like to teach my kids about emotions and things that they don't really learn in school.
No, man. And again, like, they're taught to sit in a desk and like not move their bodies. Like,
it's so
they
unnatural.
are meant to explore. Like,
yeah,
that's how they learn. They're hands-on learners, man.
Take them out to the park and like, you know, like learn about nature in nature.
Yeah.
What, like, you know?
Exactly. And like, I'm big on this Montessori method because it's hands-on. Like,
yeah.
You know, like, they're not just sitting in front of a screen or like playing with these bright
I can't with
battery toys. Like, no,
it's
man.
so
like,
unnatural. And it's funny though because you can give these kids all these toys and they still want to play orphans.
Yeah.
And they don't use it. Like, you know, it's like...
Yeah, no, they don't.
They don't
need it. Like, less is more with them. Like, and they want to learn from you. Like, Lenny, like, helps me with the laundry.
Aww.
Like, I use the, like, stick detergent. Like,
like those sheets.
The sheets, yeah. So she drops it in, and then she, like, We'll turn the dials and press the start button.
Yeah, I love that.
And she loves it, man. If she hears me doing laundry, like, she'll come in the room and, like
let me
she loves it. And, like, even, like, turning on and off the light switches. Man, like,
she loves light
She
switches.
loves it, man. But she feels like she's being helpful.
Yeah.
And I just, like, absolutely adore that. Like,
nurture that part of her. She wants to help the world already.
I know, like, when Dawson was sad today.
Aww.
Oh my god, okay, my daughter is the sweetest. Our nephew was, like, so upset because we went puddle splashing on our walk and his feet were just soaked. And it was a 4-kilometer walk and he did so good.
It was also his nap time.
Yeah. But he did so good.
It's like the last stretch home.
Yeah. And he was, like, crying, and Lenny literally just, like, crawled over to him and just, like, gave him a hug and a kiss.
Like, it was so cute.
And, like...
Sorry.
And, like, she is such a reflection of, like, you know, me and Rowland are, like, so affectionate. And, like, it shows, like, we're constantly hugging and kissing each other. So that's all she knows is, like, to hug and kiss and love.
Yeah. Today, I was playing with her downstairs, and I got her, like, on her little pull-up bar, and she kissed herself in the mirror.
Man.
It was so cute.
We literally will sit in front of her mirror, and, like, we'll, like, do self-love in the mirror, and she just, like, kisses herself.
Oh, that is so important. She's gonna grow up with such a healthy self-image because of that. That's, like, I'm gonna do that with my kids. Like, I'm gonna make them have affirmations that they say every time they look in the mirror.
Every time, I know, like, have it written on the mirror.
You can switch them out. Whatever. Like, you can just whiteboard marker stuff right on the mirror.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Yeah, I do that too. And I'll do that. I have little sticky notes and stuff on my mirror, like affirmations, and I'll wake up. And, like,
I actually wanted to get, like, laminated ones and put them up, like, on Lenny's mirror.
Yeah. That's a good idea.
Because she can, like, take them down, too.
Like, read them.
Yeah.
I know. I just think that's so important. And mirrors are also very powerful. It's like
They're
portals.
Yeah,
right?
totally.
You're looking, like, totally right at yourself. Which is
bizarre, man. And, like, to think as a kid, like, I would always try to, like, catch my reflection, like,
I still love looking at myself in the mirror.
Like, just to, like, admire yourself.
And I feel like there's a time in my life where I would feel, like, shame of that.
Yeah, for sure.
But now it's like, no, I know I'm beautiful. And it's not even because I have a pretty face or whatever. It's because I have a beautiful heart. And that's what comes through.
Well, exactly. And, like, when you get to know someone, it's like...
Yeah.
That's...
what you see.
Yeah, it's not just a pretty face.
It's not just like, a pretty face. Pretty faces will.
And it's hard to find people that are, like... I find as, like, deep as, like, we are.
I
agree.
Like,
I don't like the small talk. I don't, like... No. I like to have, like, deep connections, like, deep conversations with people. And it's so hard to find people that, like, you can, like... you know, like, conversate with, like...
I struggle with that, like, in this phase of life that I'm in right now. I have really good friends, but a lot of my friends aren't necessarily on the spiritual journey that I'm on. And, like, I'm so thankful that I have you, because we've always been on the same level of this stuff. For sure. And I manifest, like, making more friends that I can have this on. But, like, even when it comes to dating, like, I cannot... I just have no interest going on dates with people when it's just that's what it's gonna be like. I want to talk about the universe and galaxies and aliens and all this
and dimensions
and how it all
multiverse,
past lives, like that's my cup of tea.
Yeah, totally.
And I feel like there's not a lot of dudes around where we live anyway. That's literally on that level.
So lucked out.
With Rylan,
oh my god, man. Rylan is like...
Rylan's a homie.
He is a homie. I love him
I can't wait for
much.
my speech for your guys' wedding, because I'm just gonna...
cry?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I love
Rylan is like a brother. Like, literally. Yeah.
He's the best.
He's like one of my best friends, honestly.
I know.
Like,
like, you can literally talk to Rylan about absolutely anything. Like,
shout out to you, Rylan. We love you.
We love you. Oh, he's just the best.
Yeah, he's good shit.
I got so blessed with that.
I know. I feel, and mine's coming.
Yeah. And, like, we're just on the same page for everything. Like, how, you know, like, our future and, like, how we want to be with Lenny. Kids. Like, that's a big thing. Like, if you don't see eye to eye on that, it's like...
Well, that was, like, one of the big reasons that I didn't stay with my ex-boyfriend. It was, like, I loved him so much, but when it came down to, like...
He had very polar opposite views.
And it was just...
That's a break. You cannot get past that, though.
Like, I can't, because rather I have to give up who I am, or you have to give up who you are, and that's not fair. I can't ask you to do that.
Oh, God, no.
Yeah.
And it's just like a thank you. Next.
Thank you, next. I know, I love him, and we're still friends, like... We still talk every once in a while. We still have the same friend group. He doesn't live here anymore, but we're on good terms. Yeah. And, like, we understood that why we couldn't.
Well, exactly. And I think that's just a really, like, adult thing, you know, to do. Like, there's going to be someone else that you can just be who you are. Your authentic self. Yeah. You don't need to change. I need
somebody that wants to meditate with me in the morning and at night and just... I feel like I can talk about this stuff with.
Yeah, oh, for sure.
And be so open, because I'm like a bright ball of sunshine when I am open about this stuff. And as soon as I feel like I can't talk about it, I just instantly feel my, like, aura just, like,
for sure. Off. Moral of the story, live by the moon.
Live by the moon. And be open to energy awareness.
It's like the flow. Go with the flow, man. It, like, so benefits you when you just stop planning and just
stop forcing. It's so unnatural.
Just, like, what is meant to be yours will come to you. Yeah. And, like, as soon as you're open to that, it just flows to you. Like, abundance and your life is just amazing.
It is. Absolutely. And if you want to learn more about this stuff, or you're, like, curious, and then always, like, feel free to reach out, because I do offer coaching and teaching, and it can be, like, scary if you don't know, and you don't know where to start, and trust me, I've been there too. Yeah, so that's why I 100% want to be a teacher and a coach for all those that are wanting to learn about this stuff.
Yeah, you should. It'll change your life.
For the better. So we're going to wrap it up, but I just want to say a big thank you to you, Grace, for being here, a guest on the pod.
I am so glad I got to be a guest on your pod, Hannah. I'm so proud of you and your little podcast. It's awesome.
Thank you. I'm sure you'll be a returning guest.
Yes, I will be back. Please leave a 5-star review. And yeah.
Bye.
Thank you so much for tuning in today and making Soulful Self-Development possible. I am grateful for each and every one of you. If you enjoyed the show today, make sure you rate, review, and subscribe. Stay tuned for new episodes coming out every Wednesday. You can connect with me on social media at soulful.self.development. I would absolutely love to hear from you. You guys make my heart so full. See you next time.